Welcome to another Woods Report. Wasn't here yesterday, almost didn't make it today.
We moving slow, I know.
Senior citizens in the house.
Oh, goodness. 3 of us. You're
She-
not quite there
Mom
yet.
act like she in the show.
She didn't say 3 of us.
Yeah, 3 of us.
It's just
All right, Ma. So you a part of the Woods Report, I guess.
She's like when I watch Larry Reed and he talks to his camera guy, his
Yeah.
guy that's doing his
He's
tech.
part of the show, I guess.
And every once in a while he'll holler out to him. Who was that lady that we saw last night? Her name was Mahalia. Oh, okay, thank you. So that's how he is.
But then if
What's they used to have a name for that. The
co-host?
No, oh God, it'll come to me. No, it's a funny name.
Sidekick?
No, it was a funny name. I don't want to hear anything from the such and such
Oh,
group.
the Peanut Gallery?
Peanut Gallery, that's it. Peanut Gallery. Okay.
But then it starts to be where they like, if they not feeling well, the show don't go on or something. Mama funny. But anyway, it was a lot going on too over the weekend. I was like,
talked about it Monday, but yeah,
I was ready to talk about it Monday, but I'll do it today.
Yeah, we had some major stuff happening, and you got updates with this beef that's going on.
Oh yeah,
but we did go before we go into it. We did see a movie today, Monkey Man.
Oh yeah.
First of all,
what made you think of that?
I don't know, because I was a little. Here's the thing.
Don't tell them about the movie, though.
I don't like, all I can tell you is when you watch the trailer,
you think it's going to be more action?
You think it's going to be a whole different storyline in a way, too.
Oh, okay.
But the trailer make you go.
Make you go what?
Like your face, like, really?
My face don't look like that.
It was okay. The ending helped.
Don't forget it, because you don't know how to not tell about the movie.
I'm not saying nothing.
Oh.
But the trailer just kind of psyched us out.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
All of that.
Oh, and
nothing.
I also want to do a shout out to was it Angel Reese?
Oh yeah,
she's on Chicago Sky. So the drafts was all Sunday night or Saturday night?
I don't know.
We watched the drafts updates, so everybody watching for
the WNBA
draft. So Chicago has
Angel Reese
2 of them. There's one that's she's 6.
We can talk about that tomorrow.
The red hair girl, she's 6'7".
I'm
like, I ain't never seen no player
because there's a few stuff we could talk about.
And then of course Caitlin is on Indiana.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do that shout out to Chicago though.
Yeah, we can talk about that tomorrow.
Okay, we probably won't, but that's why I wanted to say it now.
See, I keep forgetting it goes right into that. You have to physically make it here because it opens up a new.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Well, it goes right to his face. Who wants to see that?
My mom has been giving us updates regarding this case.
The trial started with comb over.
Now, with no cameras is in there, but
this is AI generated.
I'm just saying the artist.
Oh, the sketch artist.
She's sketching stuff too.
He could never, ever, ever say Sleepy Joe anymore.
Sleepy Joe again. It's on the joke's on him now about being sleepy.
Emerald says salutations, everyone. Salutations to
you too, Emerald. Thank you.
The first criminal trial of a former president in the United States history. So he can say he's the first of a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Trailblazer kicked off Monday.
He might be the first that goes to a prison or jail.
He won't go to jail.
We'll see.
He could get house arrest, but he won't go to jail.
Okay.
You can't put a president of the United States in jail.
I know. They can build one for him, I guess.
Yeah, he would have to be on Guantanamo Bay or something, some island. Because he knows he has too many clearances and it's too much.
Yeah.
And then what happened was the Secret Service. They gonna sneak stuff in for him because you get Secret Service for the rest of your life. If you're in prison, do they gotta go to jail too?
He's the first of
everything.
He's
the first of everything.
He's broke the mold. He's the first.
So this is the trial where he allegedly paid Stormy Daniels, what he calls Horseface Daniels, paid her off to shut up from him having an affair.
Mm-hmm.
And he used campaign money. You can't do that. That's against the law.
Exactly.
And this other Dougal woman, she say he had an affair with her too. It's a lot of they in line. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them that haven't even been able to come forward because he has so many cases now. Mm-hmm. That say after these are done, then they want to come in line and be the next ones to sue him. So he'll be sued for the rest of his life.
Phase 1.
Yeah. Even if he's president, he'll still keep getting sued. It's an embarrassment.
It's ongoing. Yeah, even if he's president.
Yeah. He fell asleep during the jury selection.
He's even tired of his trials and all that he's going through.
And he doesn't have to be there. Not at the jury selection.
He wanted to be there to see the jury.
So if you're
he wanted to be there so he can get information on them, the ones that's been selected. And I hope they don't be wanted to bullied or something.
No, he probably wanted to look because he's a star. They probably wanted to see if anybody would come in and look at him in a certain kind of way. I mean, it's not a bad idea if you are the defense. Because if you walk in, are you going to be like, that's Donald Trump?
I wonder
Or are you going to be like, that's Donald? You know, they want to look at their face when he comes in.
I wonder how true it is when I do see it on the shows that I watch, the police shows. There were one incident in Law and Order where the defense, the guy was representing himself. Mm-hmm. But he was eyeing caught one of the eyes of one of the female jurors. Uh-huh. And he had taken her to lunch. So he was jury tampering. You can't do that. But even eyeing him, because one of the prosecuting lawyers said she was watching him she was wondering why the lady kept looking over at him. And she had already said, there's something's going to happen there. And it did. They had to get her. She had to come forth and say, I was, mm-hmm. Yeah. How they going to find 12 people?
Well, I told you one person they could have got here. I mean, they got to get them there. So you can find 12 people.
It's going to be hard because a lot of times the people are
somebody we know in my life knows absolutely nothing about what's going on.
People are saying in the news they can lie. They can lie I know. To get in the jury and be the one that hangs the jury.
Right.
We don't know. Don't trust.
I already told y'all. I don't. You know what? I follow these cases. I'm looking at them like my mom. She love them. I don't care. Yeah. It doesn't matter to me whether he's convicted or not. It doesn't matter to me whether he becomes president or not. I already told y'all I've given it already up. So to me, it doesn't matter whichever one of them becomes president.
The sad thing about
it doesn't matter to me.
The sad thing about it is that the very, very people who are cheering him on, who are justifying his actions, whether they, good or bad, whatever, are okay with it. They did talk on The View about, we know if Obama, if they're complaining about a tan suit.
Yeah, that's not even.
But
it's almost they like even know that too, though.
And it's sad because it's almost like it's one of those things. If you were to meet somebody who was agreement with this, and then you'll say, and the next thing that happens, if it's an Obama situation where somebody black or another group ethnicity or whatever, and it'd be something really stupid. And then you just look at that same person and say, no, he didn't care about Trump.
It's changed now. They've set the bar so low that
it's in the ground now.
Yeah,
you can't even on top.
You can't say anything.
It's under the ground.
But my thing is, with this trial with the Stormy Daniels,
you don't really care.
If anybody actually believes that he didn't have an affair with her, I have some land I want to sell you. But
some people probably do think he did, and they don't care.
Right? I'd rather hear you say you don't care.
Yeah, I don't care that he had. Because a lot of people, men and females, are having affairs on their spouses.
But it's a lot of people that are mega that believes he never even had an affair.
Oh, they believe totally don't believe it. I'd rather you say, I know he did it, or he probably did it, but I don't care.
This mega person that's on my timeline, she went on and on about how it would be horrible if Kamala Harris gets into office again and could possibly be the president because she's an airhead and she's stupid and all this other stuff. And I simply wrote underneath the thing, you're a Trumpster. Like, you shouldn't even say anything. Mm-hmm. That bar has been set. If Kamala Harris walked in tomorrow with her bra and panties on. Kamala Harris walked in tomorrow with her bra and panties on. Sat down. There's nothing y'all can say. Her worst day is still better than his most brilliant thing he's ever said.
They don't see that. They don't see that. They don't see. I don't know what.
No, she couldn't say nothing back.
What world are they in? I don't even know.
Like, you actually on your page talking about how stupid. I think it's Kamala.
It's not Kamala?
No.
Oh.
I think talking about how stupid Kamala Harris is. Okay. And you had me changing. It's Kamala.
I thought her name was Kamala.
Yes.
It's Kamala.
It's either Kamala or Kamala. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
Talking about how stupid she is, and you a Trumpster. But the thing I thought was funny was that he fell asleep.
And calls Joe.
And this picture is
Biden, Sleepy Joe.
This picture is AI generated. It's not even an accurate description of what happened.
His head was down,
his head was down and his mouth was open. This one, his mouth is closed and his head is back. That's fake.
Show the video. Because I think he talks in detail about what she said.
Okay. I can't remember what I got.
I was very surprised. Trump appears to be sleeping. His head keeps dropping down and his mouth goes slack. Tell us about that.
Well, Jake, he appeared to be asleep, and repeatedly his head would fall down. There have been other moments in other trials, like the Agent Carroll trial, which was around the corner in January, where he appeared very still and seemed as if he might be sleeping, but then he would move. This time, he didn't pay attention to a note that his lawyer, Todd Blanche, passed him. His jaw kept falling on his chest, and his mouth kept going slack. Now, sometimes people do fall asleep during court proceedings, but it's notable given the intensity of this morning and a lot of what was being argued.
Yeah, that's rather surprising.
Okay, I want to be clear about what just happened. The guy whose entire campaign for president is predicated on Joe Biden being Sleepy Joe is literally asleep in the courtroom. If you were looking for the definition of poetic irony, you just found it. Oh,
I was like, what are you doing? She's falling asleep like Sleepy Joe.
No, it's not. You can't say that no more.
He can't. He'll find another word. He always justifies when he's wrong.
Well, he changed it to Crooked Joe.
He just... If you did the same thing, Trump, oh, that's such and such. He'll find another, shade word to throw shade or whatever.
How embarrassing is that?
It is. He's old. He's getting older. He probably ate a lot. He eats a lot. He's gained weight. So he's older now. He probably like how when you seniors or people that sit in their little lazy boy chair and they fall asleep, that's him.
But his Bible stays in shape right on his bike.
Yeah. Thank you. He falls though. That's the problem with Biden is he keeps falling. But they're both old. Even I thought you was doing a McConnell.
Oh no, McConnell is different. McConnell is talking.
Yeah.
I think this guy is.
Y'all not making aging look good. You're really not. People are already concerned when you're a certain age and you're running a country or a state and you're falling asleep or you freeze in the middle of your sentences.
Let's see how this goes on. They supposed to. I think the jury selection will probably take about two to 3 weeks. Because like you said, they got to find people.
Yes,
they said they're not looking for people who don't know who he is or what's going on.
Right.
They're looking for people who say if you are able to be fair
and they can
and impartial.
They can lie. Mm-hmm.
So all they can do is
they can be Trumpsters trying to get on the case.
Yeah, all they can do is look at your history. They can look into who you are, see if you got anything on social media, stuff like that. I think they're gonna go for people like my friend that are
they
busy.
Don't do social media.
They don't really do social media. They're busy. He's busy. He really doesn't know what's going on with this stuff.
Yeah.
So
they just know general.
I don't even know if he knows general.
No, he can't, because that means you live under a rock. If you don't have no clue that this man is running.
No, running for president, yeah.
That's what I'm
saying. But as far as him falling asleep, I mean,
the details of that.
No. And don't know nothing about Stormy Daniels. They don't know. Probably he wouldn't know one thing. If you said Stormy Daniels, he'll go, who is that? Oh, the president had an alleged affair with her. Oh, he don't know.
It's hard to find people like that.
That
though.
I'm saying they're gonna have to look for people like that.
Yeah.
People who are not on social media, busy. He's busy, so he doesn't.
Got another family member that's not on social media. They may know too. They may be a good one.
Who?
Their spouse is, but not them. They're not on social media. I know at least 5 people that are not on social media.
So there you go. They're probably going to be looking for that.
They're not on social media, but they hearsay kind of
they
stuff.
might hear something.
Yeah.
And then they're good people. They did background checks on them or whatever.
Yeah.
So they can find 12 people. They can find 12 people. Or 12 people that's fair. Everybody doesn't not like him.
Well, that's the chance you're taking when you're building a jury, because you may build a jury where somebody may not be honest at the time they're being questioned, and then come time to deliberate, they'll be the one that hangs it.
Okay. So, Emerald says we cheered OJ knowing that he was guilty too. True. Because of it was not because of OJ, it was because of the system.
Exactly.
I think that she has the potential, but she doesn't show it. You must be talking about Kamala. And she has been an extreme waste this presidency. I agree.
Mm-hmm. She wasn't like Biden when he was vice. We were or Cheney. Ooh, Cheney was very involved.
Well, Cheney ran the.
Yeah, he pretty much ran it. Yeah.
All right. The other big news is Iran.
Yeah, this past was it this weekend?
Iran launched its first direct military attack against Israel on Saturday.
They had
I got my ideas about this, but let's look at what they
had good defense though to protect.
We'll talk about this. Y'all know I got a conspiracy theory.
Launching an attack on Israel, a dramatic escalation of violence in the region. U.S. officials confirming that U.S. forces have shot down some of those Iranian drones headed towards Israel. At this hour, you can see some of the video. Some of those Iranian projectiles have reached Israel. Air raid sirens heard in Jerusalem and elsewhere throughout the country. Explosions are being heard. Israel's defenses intercepting. Iran had vowed to retaliate for Israel's deadly strike on the Iranian consulate in Syria 12 days ago, killing 13 people, including several top Iranian military leaders. Israel has been on high alert for days now. President Biden cutting short his weekend in Delaware, returning to the White House, meeting with his national security team in the Situation Room. Let's get right to ABC News has confirmed Iran launching an attack.
Okay. Somebody was talking.
On Israel, a dramatic escalation of violence in the region.
What did you have a conspiracy?
Israel, right? Israel, Israel struck first, so they struck Syria, which is in Iran, killing 12 people. They said, including 2 elite Iranian generals. So the country went crazy. People went out. Millions of people went out and protested and said, "You got to do something. You can't just let them come over here and bomb us, and we not do anything." So Iran said, "Okay, we'll do something. We're going to launch an attack against a drone attack against Israel." So I think they sent like 300 drones or something. The UK shot down some. America shot down some. But their iron wall or whatever that thing is, that thing was the one that shot down probably most of it. Mm-hmm. So now everyone is on pins and needles waiting to see, is Israel going to retaliate? If Israel decides to retaliate, then there will be a whole war. It will be a major war that will be dragged in because President Biden says that we will help defend Israel. Mm-hmm. So that means we'll be going back over to the Middle East and fighting again.
You said we have a base there, though.
Yeah, we have several bases. So we will be going back over there, fighting again, and it'll end up costing us billions and billions of dollars and lives of soldiers. So again, we're waiting on their Prime Minister, Benjamin, to tell us what to do. He's pretty much told us what to do the whole time, with sending him money and everything. Mm-hmm. And Biden has always folded because he doesn't know how to stand up against this man. But anyway, the bottom line is I got a conspiracy theory. I think that Iran does not want to go to war because they don't want to go to war. They don't want to lose millions and billions of dollars and people and they land being destroyed. And who wants to go to war other than
they've been
Benjamin.
warning America. Not to get in.
Right, which that doesn't mean anything because we will. We knew about the drone attack. They leaked that out, that the drones was coming. So that gave everybody and their mama time to be ready for them. Number two, they have areas closer to Israel that if they really wanted to do damage to Israel, they could have shot right off of the border of Israel. And it wouldn't have been time for Israel to prepare.
I think they just trying to scare them?
I think they was trying to do two things. I think they was trying to show we do have some drones and some power. If y'all want to make this thing go, we can do it. And I think they wanted to send, it was a warning, like you said, for you to tell somebody you're going to do something and then have them prepare for it. That's pretty much telling you to get ready to shoot down everything that I'm sending. And then number two, it shuts the people up that was marching and protesting because it looks like you did something. So your people are like, yeah, they're getting out of the streets and they're not yelling anymore. So I think Iran, it was more of a publicity thing more than anything. Nobody got hurt. It was one little girl got hurt, they said, in Israel. Other than that, it could have did way more damage if they wanted to. So I think it was a warning. Now, what I think needs to happen is, I think if their prime minister, if Israel's prime minister, Benjamin, wants to go to war, I think the people of Israel need to rise up and need to get him out of office. I think it needs to be one of those ones where...
Do what they did in
It needs to be one of the ones where they literally get rid of him.
Because in Haiti, didn't they get rid of theirs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Not a nice way.
If you don't get rid of him, and he sends you guys in an all-out war,
that's a suicide for y'all whole country.
And also, people are going to say you agree with him because it's enough.
But they may not have the power to overtake him because of his military support.
But they have the power to be millions in the street, like Iran did, and protest and say you got to get out of here.
I don't know. That's a good one.
So now we are all waiting. There actually have been some Christian pastors, evangelicals, who want to go to war.
War with Iran or war with...
War with Iran.
Okay.
They want to see bloodshed. They said that that's what the Bible says. And they want to see it come to pass.
Where does it say in the New Testament that's... war is what Jesus came for?
These people,
because Jesus even said, "I come."
Thank you.
I didn't come.
They're looking at the Old Testament,
but then you need to get rid of that Old Testament in a sense because Jesus
or
came to fulfill the law.
Or they looking at Revelation,
and he's saying, "Look, what that's God doing that though, not us doing God's work."
Thank you.
We need to get off of this. I'm doing God's work. This is what God wanted. This is how God was.
What kind of Christianity?
Kill them. Get them all. Take the country down.
To bomb women and children. I'm trying to understand that.
Because they're calling them the enemy?
Even let's just say, for sake of argument, that they right. That they say God says this nation is going to rise up against this nation and this is going to happen and this is going to happen. You do know that you can still pray and ask God for it not to happen.
He said,
you can still go and cry out and pray and say, Lord, let this pass. Let's not do this. What do we need to do so that this part of the scripture does not come to pass?
But he specifically also say, vengeance is mine. I'll do the repaying.
Yeah.
Y'all don't need to I'll fight your battles. If you feel it's a battle, if somebody hurt you and was against you and came at you for my name's sake or for whatever, I got your back. Let me deal with this. Don't do it and take it in your own hand.
Even then,
what evangelicals you hearing saying this?
That one mama watches, Hagee or whatever his name is.
Oh, Hagee. John Hagee.
Yes, he was on Fox News.
He speaks a lot about Revelations.
Yeah, that's
one of his books. Is one of the books he does a lot of teaching on is Revelation.
He also believed in Trump.
Yeah, he's a Trumpster.
Oh, he's a Trumpster?
Yeah, he's a Trumpster. But my thing is...
But I told you, with the guy that was on The View, you got to look at this two different ways, even as a Christian. If God is allowing somebody to be in a position... Remember, I had brought this up to my mom and my sister, and let us kind of think on this. When Jesus handpicked his disciples, he picked Judas for a purpose and a reason. And people can sit there and go, this man gonna betray you. That's the plan. And then he even made the comment, if as far as him being born, it's not for him. If it was not for him even being born, was that Judas's purpose though? Sometimes a man's purpose is to do something where God's will can be done in how he's speaking to his people.
But even then,
go ahead.
You look throughout the Bible where there's a certain purpose and a certain plan, and someone has either changed God's mind or done something where they've interfered and then changed things, the course of things that's going to happen. I'm saying, even if you were to say, this is what the plan is, this is it. Even Jesus, he said, it would be nice if this could pass for me. If this he knew he had to come and die. He knew it. He knew what he had to do.
That was the mission.
Exactly. But even then, I still feel like God could have been like, y'all could even have said, I don't want nothing to do. We don't want to do nothing with this. Let this pass from us. I still feel like you still have a chance to change the directory of something. I don't think anything is written in stone. I think God always allows you to be able to come to him and repent or do whatever you need to do. But he's saying, if you continue on the path that you're on, this is what's going to happen. That's how I feel. So even if you're a Christian and you believe that it's supposed to be a war with Iran and all this and Russia and whatever, why are you cheering that? Why are you not praying and asking God, please, can we do something else? Can we go in another direction? Is it anything we can do to make this not happen? I just find that odd that people are supposed to be saved and you're cheering for people to die. That makes no sense to me. And that one man that you heard it after Tucker Carlson now, he's now been shunned from he's been shunned from the Christian community and the mega people.
Why? What happened?
Because old dummy, even though he's stupid, he asked a smart question. As you bomb Gaza, there's a lot of Christian churches over there that are now are gone and the people are gone. Large groups of Christian people are dead. Mm-hmm. So you are technically Jewish people killing Christians and nobody's saying nothing about it. And you supposed to be evangelicals and stuff. Wouldn't you at least speak out for them? The ones that's dying over in Gaza that's Christian? If that's all who you care about.
Yeah.
Well,
he got shunned for that.
He got shunned. They shot him down for that, old dummy. He shouldn't have never said that. Even bobblehead Candace Owens is asking that question. And you heard what they did to her. They fired her. So even if you don't even care about anybody else, you would at least say, well, what about the people that's Christian?
Well, this is the same mindset, unfortunately, in a lot of the Jewish leaders. This is probably similar, same mindset as the ones who wanted to pick up the stone to kill Jesus.
That's what I'm trying to say. Or stone that woman.
Stone that woman.
That's the thing.
That same
mentality. That's a perfect example you said. No, that woman. The woman with the prostitute.
Uh-huh.
Even if you believe that she's supposed to be stoned, because that's what the law says, right?
Yep.
Why are you yelling at it and picking up stones? Why wouldn't you not be the person in the crowd going, oh, Lord, please don't let this happen to this woman. Maybe she'll come to you, or maybe she'll make something. Let's figure out a way to save her.
Hypocrisy.
That's what I'm saying.
It was hypocrisy. A lot of them probably was with that woman. So
I just don't like that.
Getting rid of her makes us feel clean.
Yeah.
Getting rid of the dirt that we got dirty with, but nobody need to know that.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's that same mentality.
That same mentality.
It's unfortunate that Tucker Carlson got shunned for what he said.
Yeah,
there could be some truth to it.
They shunned him because they don't like that. They don't want to hear you say anything about stop killing somebody.
But you know what?
But yet you're a Christian.
What's the show that you watched? The guy named is it Fareed? What's his name? Fareed. He's from the Middle East, I think. He has a show on CNN.
We know Fareed.
Fareed, yeah. He brought up a good point this past weekend on the George Stephanopoulos show. He was saying how, and then I don't understand too how America can feel that there's a lot of hypocrisy in our country, But we don't realize that there are nations that are not liking us because they feel like we are just letting all willy-nilly, anybody, any lifestyle, women's all over the place can have the freedom. We're having too much freedom in our country. And there are countries that looking at us going, now the woman thing, because you can know there's still countries that have problems with female women in office, women with the freedom. That then you got the abortion issue. Then you have the LGBTQ community. A lot of LGBTQ is very free in our country. People know if they're part of the LGBTQ community in certain countries, you will not live. You will die. And a lot of people, he's thinking other countries are already looking at us going, shame, America. Y'all letting too much freedom in. It's too much. And you are losing your sight on the direction of how you felt they feel. God is judging. God is judging. But you know, like what you're saying, America is looking at other country or even Iran, I guess, and saying, get them. We're okay. Get them. We don't realize that God's going to judge us too.
Exactly.
So
I just feel like with the whole thing with Iran and the whole
I didn't know
thing,
Hagee was
we don't want
on that bandwagon.
We don't want a war. And although I know that there's people who think that all Christians are out there, they don't speak for everybody that's Christian.
They don't.
So y'all got to stop thinking that these televangelists and all these people speak for all Christians. They don't. Not everybody thinks like that, and we actually happen to be Christian.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
That's true.
So I just wanted to put that out there, that not all Christians are morons.
Wow.
Some of us actually love God, and we actually don't want to see women and children being bombed.
No.
We don't want any war to come to us. I would think somebody who's a true Christian, who really loves Jesus, would pray for peace.
Yeah.
Because that's what Jesus was. He was about peace.
Yeah.
He didn't want war. And if he could stop it, he would. If you do what you're supposed to do, if countries wouldn't rise up against each other.
Trying to take land and stuff too.
So that's all I'm saying is there was a major attack this weekend, and not a lot of people was talking about it. Yeah. Because I think we live here in America where we think it can't touch us, but it will. Don't worry.
Oh, wow.
If they go to war. So my thing is, if their prime minister, Israel's prime minister Benjamin, I can't never say his last name, Netanyahu or something.
I don't even want
if he
I don't know how to say it.
If he wants to go to war, my thing is, I think the people of Israel should rise up and
strongly feel against that. Yes.
I think they should strip him from office.
It'd be nice.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Biden's not going to do anything. He'll give him more money. He'll give him $1 billion. Oh, what? You want to go to war?
And he's afraid to even take a stand on stepping back. So, and there are a lot of evangelicals that don't want to stand back. So there's a lot of
it's on both sides. Trump's side and Biden's side. Yeah. Both of them are ready to go to war.
Exactly.
So. Yeah. All right. Well, Biden says he's not, but yet you're funding it. So, you know.
That's true.
All right. The other thing that's going on, even though there's a World War III that might be taking place, we got Coachella.
That gets your mind off of it.
That's what I'm saying.
These little concerts and get-togethers, you know, it you don't think about the drones attacking in another country.
They never do. That's why when Hamas attacked Israel, they was at a concert. Those people,
they sure was,
and they flying in. Hamas flying in to kill you. You having a good time. That's by not keeping up on what's going on.
That's true.
If you was keeping up with what was going on, you would know that Benjamin Netanyahu, whatever his name is, he had already, that border was not secure, which we know what that feels like, not having a secure border. But anyway, their border wasn't secure.
Okay. So
people should have been yelling about that. But anyway, Coachella.
And they do Coachella every year.
Every year.
Okay.
Will Smith showed up.
And they was like, whoa. People went crazy.
He joins J Balvin on stage at Coachella performing Men in Black.
Here's all the men in black.
Did you do the video or no?
Galaxy
let me see.
Nah, the good guys dressed in black. Remember that, just in case we ever face to face and make contact. Title held by me, MIB. Be what you think you saw, you did not see. So don't blink, be what was there is now gone. Black suit with the black Ray-Bans on. What? Nah. The good guys dressed in black. Come on, let me see you take a walk with me. Take a walk with me. Take a walk with me. Come on and make the next work. Now freeze. Sing. Yes, just in case.
All right, I guess
That remake of Patrice Rashawn's song was good.
you know what, Chris Rock?
They said they not thinking about the Will Smith smack anymore or slap. He surpassed
actually-
the slap.
I
y'all.
think actually in the beginning it was bad, but I think actually the kids probably find him cooler that he slapped Chris Rock.
probably
Because they probably saw him as kind of stale before. And then slapping Chris
he got
Rock,
a
they was
little
like,
edge
ah.
to him. He got a little edge to him. And a lot of people don't like Chris Rock anyway. So it's a lot of mixture of everybody's feelings. But this, they talked about it on TMZ and his movie coming out.
Bad Boys.
Nobody thinking about that slap.
The slap heard around the world.
Because he did the rap, the 50 years last year. What is it? Towards the end of last year, 50 years celebrating hip hop. He came out and everybody was like, hey! I'm telling you. That's how he was with O.J. Simpson. Doesn't anybody care that he possibly took his ex-wife's life or her boyfriend? They was like, you free now, man. Go and play
people.
golf.
No, but some people, he wouldn't.
It's a mixture,
Yeah.
but I'm saying some people will never forget that slap. Never.
Right. But that ain't nowhere near chopping somebody's
No.
head off.
I'm just saying how people don't care.
Right.
You know, he could still come to the picnic or the barbecue. It's kind
He
of
was
sad.
never disinvited.
O.J. Simpson?
Oh, no, Will Smith.
Oh, I'm saying
O.J. Simpson. No, he
yeah,
forget
they
about
say
it.
he can come to the barbecue.
No, he couldn't.
Yeah, he was.
Well, you're right. Black people didn't. I would have been the black person yelling to get him out of there the whole time, but they wouldn't have listened to me.
I think the no problem with Will. They would side eye Jada.
Yeah, Jada
She
would
can
definitely
come,
get
but
a
they'll
side
look
eye.
at her like this.
Yeah, she'd get a side eye.
Okay.
Even though Will was the one that did the slapping.
I know.
But he was at Coachella. A lot of stuff was going on at Coachella.
Yeah.
His son was at Coachella, and that whole thing with him and Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
He came up to him and hugged him that way. Is this a video of it?
Are they about the same age?
Yeah, probably. Let me tell you what I think about this. They keep talking about how
you grabbed him.
How you came up behind him and pumped him. To me, that's what they do. These kids do stupid stuff all the time. I don't think that's nothing different than what I see these kids do. They were showing Drea that was on Basketball Wives.
Mm-hmm.
You remember Drea? She pregnant now with that young guy's kid, basketball player. Mm-hmm. They were showing him and his teammates pumping each other on the bed and acting stupid, and
so that's a young
I
silly
think
thing,
that's just stupid. That's what they do. And I think these kids not caught up with sexuality the way that the older guys are. OGs are like, I ain't no dude gonna come up behind me and pump me like that and be funny.
What about guys from prison?
Well, that's different. If a guy from prison is coming up behind you.
So it depends on your background and
I think these are valley guys. I think it's age. I could not see 2 40-year-old men doing that.
How old is Justin Bieber?
I knew he was going to ask that. Why don't you look it up? I knew he was going to ask how old is Justin Bieber and Jada. But I don't know. The internet lost their mind over this.
They sure did. They talked about it on TMZ.
What'd they say?
Same thing. That's what I told you they was asking. What's his name over TMZ? What's his name?
Harvey.
One of the girls asked Harvey, you're gay. Do you think that act right there? Harvey was like, why you ask me that? How would I know? And the other guys were trying to explain why she was asking Harvey, because he's gay. Is that how you would embrace a person if you ain't seen him in a while?
You don't ask somebody.
Harvey was like, no, I don't
know. And how am I supposed to speak for every gay guy?
Thank you. But it's funny how people quick to go, hey, gay guy, was that a gay act he just did? So that can be very, stupid in a way to ask that.
Somebody said, when did grinding each other become the new greeting?
He's 30.
Justin Bieber?
Mm-hmm.
How old is Jaden? Can we go back to handshakes, please?
What's up? All the fancy handshakes that we have.
Somebody said y'all didn't grow up in white schools.
25.
Yeah. y'all didn't grow up in white schools. That's what I'm saying. It might be a cultural thing too, I think.
I went to a mostly white school in college.
Well, that's Lenore back in
and that was the
1800s.
athletes. The athletes
We're talking
did
about
that.
right now.
The athletes did that. Yeah, a lot of the guys did that on my campus.
Come up behind each other and pump each other.
Just weird stuff.
Yeah,
Just
that's what I'm
stupid stuff, 'cause
saying.
we were 18, 19, 20.
So I just think they
hit each other's butt.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll be naked and flip and do their towel and do stuff.
I just think that they sit in somebody's face.
Or maybe do a little line dance, like a little lap dance in front, and then be funny with it.
And I think,
and it didn't mean anything.
So when I saw it, I wasn't offended by it like a lot of people were. I just saw it as that's them.
That's how he
they
greeted them.
Yeah,
he's 25,
and I never saw Justin as gay or anything.
But then again, people question Jada and Will's kids.
Their
sexuality could be very open.
And then let's go with this. You know how I always go with the extreme. Let's say it is. So what?
That's true. That's their prerogative.
What do you care how somebody greets each other?
Who's to say they have a moment?
I'm just saying, like, let's say the worst case scenario is that it is.
Mm-hmm.
So what?
That meant something.
I told you how I don't like how this whole thing about gay is in these guys' mind is the worst thing. Like, you can say somebody is a thief, a murderer, a philanthropist, not philanthropist, a person just steals and it does everything. But if you say he's gay, that somehow sends people off. Mm-hmm. Why is that?
I just said it even with how I said about how people feel about our country. That's what that guy that come on CNN, he was saying other nations feel like we're too free over here sexually.
But yet you don't mind if somebody kills somebody. As long as they're not gay.
Because a lot of them do kill in the name of their gods too. Yeah. But yeah, our country is very open to a lot of things.
Obviously we not, because everybody making a big deal about this.
We're slowly getting there though. And a lot of people know that. You have to be in the closet if you're gay to go to certain countries, because they will,
Yeah, they'll kill you.
They'll kill you. They'll take your life.
Wendy says, "Hey, Wendy."
Hey, Wendy. So
yeah,
I see nothing with that.
I didn't care.
I just laughed because the TMZ.
And that was people. When I saw it, him come up to him and do that, it took me back a minute, but it wasn't nothing for me to go, oh my God, it wasn't. I just was like, okay.
You know why it didn't surprise me? Because it's Jaden.
It's Jaden. Jaden does stuff like that.
Will Smith's kids, his daughters, his sons.
And I already told you I like Jaden, so everybody leave Jaden.
But I'm just not surprised with anything that Jaden does.
Yeah,
he wore skirts and
Jaden is
free.
He don't care,
and maybe that's how and then he and Justin have a good friendship relationship. Yeah. So
I didn't care. I didn't care. Well, talking about that, still at Coachella, Little Uzi.
What'd he do?
I'll show you. So they went off on that. Lil Nas X is gay.
That's what I'm saying.
But now they talking about Uzi. But Uzi always does stuff like that. So there were people in the comment section, again, like I said,
he's in touch with his feminine side.
They saying him being gay and all this. And my thing is, somebody said something very interesting in the comment section, and I agreed with them. Mm-hmm. They said, why didn't y'all give that energy to Prince?
Thank you. We've always asked that question.
She said, but y'all don't give that energy to Prince. The same tough OG dudes, they listen to Prince.
How is it that Prince gets away with it?
That's what she was saying in the comment section.
Eyeliner, ruffled shirts.
Lingerie.
Heels. But I don't know. They never see him in
very good
But
question.
You know what? Are they, aside from what they do on the stage, He's always with a woman though.
JT, I mean,
so that's what I'm saying.
Little
So
Uzi
why are they?
is with JT.
Maybe because is he a rap artist?
He's a rapper.
Maybe they are giving.
Oh,
more.
you think rappers don't get the same?
I don't know. Prince
But she
is a
asked
whole
that.
different ball game.
And if you ask an older guy about Prince, Prince ain't gay. They'll swear up and down he's not gay. And it's like, but yet you don't get that same energy to these young guys that do the same thing.
Makes you go,
And they did, well, you know what? Young Thug had a dress on. And there's a rapper.
LeBron James had one or two.
LeBron wore skirts. And that's what it's a different generation. And Young Thug had that dress on, and the dudes was cracking on him or whatever. And he said, yeah, but I carry a long, whatever. In other words, a rifle underneath it. And everybody was quiet then. He's a killer. Allegedly.
You don't expect a killer to wear skirts.
So people stopped talking about Young Thug after that, even though he wore nail polish and everything. Drake wear nail polish and things in his hair, barrettes, and so I just think it's just a different generation. But that lady once asked that question in the comment section, and she said, "Why y'all don't have that same energy towards Prince?
I don't know what it is.
You couldn't be no more feminine than him."
Yeah.
Even talking.
When he came out with Soft and Wet, you are soft. His hair was curly.
Yeah.
He had a really cute look. And I was like, why nobody ever say nothing about his ruffled shirts and pink when he wears...
What's his name?
He talks soft.
NLE Chopper. I hope I can see this. Where did NLE Chopper talk about? He's so... I love NLE Chopper. That's the one that with the... yellow shoes that he's with Kai.
Okay.
He's so articulate.
Oh, he is?
He knows how to like say stuff. Because people kept calling him gay with his little dance. He does a little
dance too.
He does a little dance where
move.
Not that, but they was calling him gay. Here he is. Listen to this. Oh, hold on. Where's the here it is.
In that video because I'm offended or I feel some type of way, but man, it's funny how like back in the 70s, the 60s, men used to dance, bro, and it was like fun. It was happy. Nobody looked at them like they weren't straight, or nobody looked at them like they weren't gangsters, or nobody looked at them like they was less of a man. But you feel me? During the 70s, the 60s, the 80s, and a little bit of the 90s, a lot of people, you feel me, was dancing. It was culture. Towards the 2000s and like 2010s, and I feel like I don't know what happened between that time period. I love for someone to comment on it and let me know what happened. But now it seems as if when men dance or when men show themselves having fun, it's less masculine, or they not straight, or they not certified G's, or hey man, I promise you, I ain't making this video saying all these different things. Man, my whole motive, my whole thing is bring fun back to music. You feel me? So when you see me doing whatever, that don't mean I'm less of a nigga whoop your or I'm less of a nigga shoot you. That don't mean I'm less of that type, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie, that part of me is hidden somewhere as well. But that can come out. But you feel me? Why do we gotta bring that out when we know that these things lead to two places? Ain't there enough niggas dying now? It's enough going to jail. Y'all always want to be gangsters, and then I be the one got to pay the funerals. I be the one got to sit by the mama when they crying. Feel me? Y'all ain't tired of that. Y'all ain't ready to have some fun. Y'all ain't seeing all the turmoil they be going on behind all this. Y'all want to hear murder rap, all this shit. Everybody want a shot of flow from trouble. I don't mind giving it to you, but I'm gonna give it to you with a balance. You feel me? I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna be versatile. I'm gonna give you this. Certain all these different things, man. My whole this, then I might drop a little bit just to let y'all know that I ain't forgot about y'all. But feel me, I'ma always expand my wings and go to different territories and try different genres, try to do different type of music, because at the end of the day, I'm not finna hold myself in a box, and I'm damn sure not finna be put in no box, a cell, or put in a box, a casket. Just say black man. But highlighting black men though, for real, because that's where it's really occurring at. When black men started to have fun, Where's programs y'all to say that they less of a man, or they less of a gangster, or they ain't straight males? You feel me? I don't understand that everybody want to call somebody this and that. Man, have some fun, man. Live your life, be free, man. It ain't about thugging and mugging, clutching up in public all day. We can do that. We can always do that. But damn, bro, if you go look at how people used to be in the clubs in the 70s, and then you go look in the clubs how we are now, bro, in the 70s, everybody say it's everybody want on. In the 70s, motherfuckers was dancing, moving.
I know, that's different though.
Black men, and people still get on your ass. MC Hammer.
Say what I want to say.
MC Hammer, dancing. Just say black men.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, he can go on and on. You're saying the same thing. I get it. After 3 minutes. My thing is, well, no, I'm just saying, back then, you got to remember, a lot of the LGBTQ community wasn't out as much as they are now. Back in my day,
they was out. You just didn't have social media.
No, a lot of
the Studio 54 and all of that was gay.
I know, but they didn't. And if they were black men,
they was DL.
They were, they had to be on the DL. A lot of the men, I would hear my high school guys and my college guys, they would dog out the dancers on Soul Train. They said they were gay because they would dance like this.
Right.
In voguing.
Right.
And then you had, very rarely, you had like Sylvester, who was out, who you had, what's his name? Chameleon, Boy George. So very few came out when they did have another side of them sexually or trying to be free like you want to be free. Now, I'm thinking like what he's saying, because they're more freer now, they're being dogged out. I'm thinking in the 70s, they were dogged out. But now I see what he's saying. Y'all did it in the 70s? No, they did it in the 70s and they were dogged out.
But even then,
and they were on the download.
Okay, I'm listening to what you're saying.
But wouldn't you think now would be freer?
Now, not going as far as Soul Train, because that's just ridiculous.
Soul Train, they were dogged out.
But I'm saying like,
and they danced like him.
But I'm saying, he's saying like in parties. Oh. Like back in the day, men danced. Like you go to a party, even a house party, dudes was dancing with whoever, woman or whatever. They was dancing. Not Soul Train. That's way out there.
Or the guy you just showed, Uzi. What's his name?
Yeah, that's way out.
Wasn't doing the Vogue.
Yeah, that was way out. That's Soul Train.
Right.
But y'all, they was dancing. Today you go to a club, they don't dance. It's like like he said, dudes is like, we don't dance. It's like, you're supposed to just stand there with your drink. She's supposed to be dancing. And you just supposed to be there. But he's saying, why can't we go back to the days where men dance? Even Kid and Play. Even the 80s, like he said, in the 90s, they danced. They did.
The Lockers, different groups.
So not going as far as you saying with Soul Train,
well,
but they danced.
So I don't know. I'm trying to understand.
Right. He's saying go back to the days of like Kid and Play, or like when men danced.
So I guess
Bobby Brown.
I'm not understanding what he's saying versus what you showed me.
That's what I was getting ready to bring it together. So what
is he dancing like that too?
What he's saying is, why can't we just go back to the days where you have fun? Now, do I think that you should go as far as Uzi? No. I mean, you don't have to Vogue and all that other stuff. But I miss the days where rappers danced. Like Kid and Play or Bobby Brown or MC Hammer.
They would have dance-offs,
He goes on and talks about MC Hammer and them. And in real life, they was thugs, but MC Hammer danced. So he's saying he wish rap could get back to that.
So they not doing that though?
No, they don't.
I don't go to parties anymore. I don't go to clubs.
I saw Offset.
I have no idea.
To me, the closest one is like Offset. Because Offset like Michael Jackson. So he'll do the slide across the floor or he'll, he probably the closest one and I can see that's dancing. Everybody else is puffy. And then now you associate that with Diddy parties. You see, it's like they associate now dancing with gay.
Help me understand, though. A lot of the songs in the last 15 years have been do the stanky leg, and then they be doing little moves and stuff. Don't the guys do that?
Well, you're talking about Soulja Boy. That's what he said. Well,
that kind of stuff.
Well, he's saying even if he was to go back even with Soulja Boy, he said in the 2010, so probably the last 10 years maybe, Nobody doing Soldier Boy.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
So
I'm not
know.
understanding him, to be honest. I do get the other guy,
Yeah,
and why he probably is. People may be teasing him, like, man, you don't have to do no in vogue stuff, or do the little Prince moves when you.
But, I guess for me,
I didn't know that they were not dancing.
I guess for me, I go all the way back to again, why nobody gave that smoke to Prince.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. Because they giving the smoke to the kids today, but they didn't give it to Prince. And to me, you couldn't have been no more girl.
Young kids would have to tell you that one.
I don't know. Emerald says, I guess androgyny is back in. I think that back then you knew what side of the fence a person stood on. Now you have to guess.
It's confusing now.
I took my son to doctor today, and I had to answer 4 questions alone about his sexuality and his pronouns.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good point, Emerald.
It's a blend.
Because now, like back then, guys would come and say, "I'm not."
It's black or white.
So Prince could wear lingerie and shoe, even though a lot of these guys was on the DL. We still don't know about Prince. You can guess. You don't know Prince. We can guess. But I guess somebody would have come out if he would have been gay by now.
That's true.
But you had to guess, or the guys would say, I'm not. I don't know, whatever.
His name was on The View, like you told me. He does the game show.
Who?
Black guy. What's his name? He's
Oh, I know you're talking about Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady. He is. What's the terminology for him calling himself?
I don't know.
No, you told me that's what he is.
But I don't remember. Go
it's
ahead.
It's,
I know,
it's one of the letters.
Okay.
And he's not queer.
Okay.
But he mentioned that on The View.
Okay.
Because he's not with his wife, but he's with his ex-wife as far as raising their daughter and his ex-wife's boyfriend. So they all kind of like a unit together. And people was like, it's a different kind of family. But he said it works because we love each other and we both, instill the same values, whatever. And for us raising his daughter, who's biracial, we do because he's black. His ex-wife is another race, and the guy she's dating was somebody else. So whatever that, and it'll come to me. But he says it's nobody's business who I'm dating, who I'm attracted to, because I'm attracted to whoever. Okay. And whatever that letter is, where you can go with a transgender, a lesbian, a gay, whatever. Yeah. You are open. It's whoever you are sexually attracted to, or whoever you are emotionally attracted to, or whatever. Okay. That's what he says he is. So a lot of it, like
you don't know what people are.
You don't know what they are. Does it really matter?
That's what I'm saying.
Does it matter who they're
I'm sitting here going,
with?
What is the obsession with people's sexuality?
People probably think things about me because of the way I wear my hair and how I dress. I haven't been wearing a lot of dresses. I wear a lot of pants.
No,
and
you
jeans
fit the mold.
I fit the stereotype, and I'm like, but why do you need to know who I sleep with or whoever I'm attracted to? I don't get that. Why is such an obsession?
I'm saying that. I'm saying, why is that such a big thing?
Why Wayne Brady had to say it on TV? Why he had to share with people that's how he is?
I don't know.
That's nobody's business.
People talk more about P. Diddy and the parties that he had more than they talk about him SAing somebody or being, you know what I'm saying? The having Tupac offed. Or Biggie or any of that, they're more obsessed with him being bisexual.
Right.
So I just don't get it. So maybe I just don't get it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, the Drake and the Kendrick Lamar.
Pansexual.
Oh, pansexual.
Pansexual. That's what he says he is.
The Drake.
Okay.
And the Kendrick Lamar beef. Remember we said it was going to escalate. Well, now
they played a little bit of Drake's music.
Now Rick Ross has stepped into the picture.
He made a comment about his diet.
Well, let's
his
go.
Weight.
Rick Ross has stepped into it.
And Rick has made. You told us this last time. Drake made a comment about his nose.
Kendrick Lamar kicked it off with his verse on Future and Metro Boom's album. Okay. And he came in like that with his thing saying F the big three is just me. In other words, F Drake, F J. Cole is just me. Then we told you J. Cole came back and did his little diss talking about Kendrick fell off and all this, which was fake because Kendrick has not fallen off. And then he came back and said he couldn't sleep at night. God kept him up and he apologized. So he's out of it. Well, he left on the right time. Good. Because now the gangsters are starting to come into play. And J. Cole probably was like, I don't want to have nothing to do with this. I know y'all can't never keep nothing just on record. Y'all always got to take stuff off record. So Rick Ross so Drake responded. Everybody was wondering when Drake was going to respond. He did. Mm-hmm. And his thing was drop down and give me 50 push-ups, telling them they ain't nothing but his sons. And he was saying some stuff that was right. Every last person that was talking about him, he pretty much gave them all #1 songs. So he's saying, oh, now y'all want to come at me, I'm the king, because you want to come at the king. That's fine. I'll take it. I'll be Caesar, where all y'all try to come at me and take me out. Well, he brought up Rick Ross, and even in that song, and Rick Ross didn't like that. So he came back the same night that Drake dropped his. 2 hours later, he went into the studio and came back with his own diss track. Everybody was laughing. It was funny, though.
What did he say?
He said...
About the nose thing?
He said that Drake shaved his nose so that he don't have to look like his black dad. Mm-hmm. He kept calling him white boy. Mm-hmm. He kept saying... his main thing was calling him white boy.
Okay.
White boy, big shaving your nose, and all this other stuff. And that you got a ab job, got your abs done. Wow. He was basically cracking on him.
But why he had some body issues himself, Rick
Ross.
Rick
Ross would call somebody fat, and he's fat.
And he's fat too.
But we call people fat. I call people fat.
We sure do.
So I'm like Rick Ross. Okay. I'd say the same.
That's the low-hanging fruit for you.
It's low-hanging fruit.
Okay.
So he came back and went after Drake. Everybody laughed. It wasn't even a good track as far as you really can't say nothing about Drake as far as his music and stuff. Mm-hmm. So he knew by calling him white boy that'd probably get to him because he mixed. His dad is black and his mom is white, Jewish. Wow. She's Jewish.
Okay.
So then Drake, he didn't respond back in music. He just tweeted stuff and came back at Rick Ross. His mom texted him and said, Obs, I didn't know you had a nose job. You didn't tell me.
Oh, stop.
I wanted one. You would think you would have gotten me one when you got one. He said, I didn't get a nose job, Mom. He says he's some old fat boy. He said he hungry and he probably mad. I'm rewording what he said. So they silly. It's funny to me. As long as they keep it on the record and not out in real public.
He probably hungry.
He said he's hungry. And he said apparently that makes him racist. Because Rick Ross kept calling him white boy.
I know.
He said, I'll take care of him. Don't even worry about it.
Hungry and mad. Big boy. I know they going to come at you. Rick, you know they coming at your weight, man.
So Rick Ross woke up in the morning. He said, I heard somebody was talking about you ran in your little mother, huh, white boy? It's back and forth, Lenore. They so silly. I heard you ran to your mother. Text her, said we was talking about you, little white boy. You want to hang with the black boys, but you don't want to get choked out. He was just cracking on him. Okay. Don't run to your little mama and all this other stuff. Uh-huh. He said, "What? Why you doing that, big nose?" He kept calling him big nose. The nose. And he keeps saying stuff like that. He just acting silly.
He hungry. I'm still stuck. He's just mad. He hungry.
So he coming at him.
Oh my God.
Metro Boom decided to come out.
Oh, who was
Metro
he gotta
Boom
come out?
They all attack him. That's why they got these cartoons like Drake is like the superhero, and then all these superheroes are coming at him, and he's like punching everybody out. We waiting on Kendrick.
Is this to build sales?
I don't know, but anyway,
it's gotta be.
So
silly.
So then Drake, Kendrick. So that's when he said running your mommy and all this stuff. So then Metro Boom comes out and said he said, Drake, you don't even write your own rhymes. We've already heard that. Little Yachty wrote your last, whatever this song is, and you didn't even hardly write any bars. So he leaked this song and then they put it next to Drake, and pretty much it was the same song or whatever. So then Drake, now he got to go after Metro Boom. He told him to shut up and go play your drums because he's those guys that mix. He's a mixer.
Oh, a board.
Yeah, he's not even a rapper. He said, "You're not even supposed to be in this,
Little drummer boy.
Get out of here, drummer boy." So then he
big leagues.
So then he puts a thing on his Drake puts a thing on his page of Nick Cannon and drummer boy with Metro Boom's face. Saying, "Go shut up and play your drums." So now everybody's telling.
Right now, Drake winning to me.
Right. So now everybody's telling. See, Drake is funny. They better leave him alone. Now everybody's telling Metro Boom to go sit down and play your drums. So he playing the drums, right? So then, he's not letting up. Okay. So after he did that, Nick Cannon enters the picture because the drummer. And Nick Cannon said, "Now that's funny." Because they had Metro's face over Nick Cannon's face during the drum line. Auditioning from the drum line.
Oh my God.
So
That's what's making me think this is all like.
So then he didn't finish.
Oh my God.
He sends a Mexican, those ones with the sombreros.
Big hats.
He sends them, I wish I would have had this. He sends them to his house or whatever and has them play Drumline. Did they put that on the Shade Room? Because the Shade Room been following all of this.
Oh my gosh. Why don't they just leave Drake alone? Gosh.
They probably didn't even put that.
Rick Ross don't need to talk about
that's Rick Ross.
Nobody.
This Rick Ross with he doing everything with Drake's nose.
Oh, please.
Oh, this to
You played a clip of my stand-up.
He sends that though.
Oh, I tell you. This
I will never say. Oh, but he sends the drum line, right? Okay. He sends the Mexican one, which I can't find. Well, that's what I'm going to tell you. He sends the Mexican. The last thing I saw was Drake sends the Mexican sombrero guys. Those guys that come and sing to you. He sends them to Metro Boom. And they singing, sit down and play your drums. Sit down and play your drums. Sit down and play your drums. That was the last thing I saw.
Y'all need to leave.
All while we still waiting on Kendrick to come back.
Kendrick probably said, "I ain't getting
Kendrick is waiting probably for all this.
I don't even know Kendrick. Why would Kendrick get into this?
So then,
this is just so petty.
So then, Baby comes out. You know, Baby, the one that was New Orleans, the bald head Baby.
What's his
Little
name?
Wayne and them. Yeah,
okay.
Because you know, Drake was signed under Weezy, under Little Wayne. So that brings them in now. Okay. The New Orleans guys.
Are they on Drake's side?
Of course.
Okay.
So then he says, "We standing with Drake."
Oh, good.
Well, Rick Ross didn't like that. He comes back.
Look, fat boy, you're just angry and hungry.
He decides to get a boat and go out on Miami's thing. You know those Star Islands where they all have houses.
Yeah.
He says, "Right there, that's Baby's house. It used to be. He lost it."
Oh.
He said, "Miss Gladys didn't like how you picking sides." Miss Gladys is Baby's mom who passed away.
Why would he say that?
That's what.
Now you're getting ugly.
That's why J. Cole probably got out of there.
You ugly, man. You're not a good looking man.
So now,
I never thought he was.
Now that's where it's at, and I think that's why J. Cole said.
So if you are ugly, you're gonna be ugly.
That's why he said, "I'm out of it," because I know how it gets. They start off joking.
And why would Kendrick get in that?
No, Kendrick is for Drake. He ain't into all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like Kendrick ain't gonna say nothing till all this other stuff die down.
Till all the smoke clears.
Then Kendrick will probably return.
But if you start bringing up people's past deceased family members, that's not nice.
I don't know why Rick Ross did that.
Maybe he is hungry and angry.
Well, that's what Drake said. He's angry.
He is. He's angry. He's an angry black man. And I always thought when he came out, because I asked you about these different rappers and these different artists, for some reason I didn't like him.
Well, let me tell you something. If you know anything about rap,
no,
you know that 50 Cent and Rick Ross hate each other.
They do?
Absolutely.
But you told me that 50 Cent don't like, what's his name? They talk rough.
I don't know.
That,
Ja Rule.
Ja Rule.
Oh, they hate each other.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's who I'm stuck on.
Yeah.
That 50 Cent and Ja Rule don't like each other.
He beefs.
So you're saying he beefs with Rick Ross too?
The two people that everybody knows who 50 Cent hates is Ja Rule and 50 Cent.
What is the
Ja Rule
what is
and
the problem with Rick Ross? Did he talk about his mom too?
Rick, a long time ago, I can't go into it. It's a whole thing.
It's a beef with them.
They've been beefing for years.
So a lot of people don't like Rick Ross.
No. So, of course, 50 gonna say something with all this going on with.
Because he don't like Rick Ross.
And he said kind of the same thing Drake said.
What?
He's fat and hungry, and he's also a racist. So I don't know, whatever. But Rick Ross ain't saying nothing about 50.
Where is Rick Ross from?
I know it ain't Atlanta, is it?
He's from
I don't
South,
know. Look it up.
Some South region.
So there you go. That's the latest with that. Well, I'm still waiting for.
You're not gonna get nothing from Kendrick. So
Kendrick is not gonna say nothing till all this other stuff dies down.
They're crazy.
Because Kendrick is about who's the best MC and all this other extra stuff. He ain't trying to do. So that's what we waiting on.
What am I looking up?
Where's Rick Ross from? Emerald says there is a debate about how many genders there are. I don't get it, but it's a thing. Yeah.
You know what?
Back to the
I can tell
Coachella
you. I can tell you quickly. That's training I had to have on my job.
Mm-hmm.
Because my job, one of my jobs, I should say, we have to take care of we take care of people in their homes, seniors. So we had to have actual training. We had to have training with
Mississippi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot he is from the South. But that's a very good question, and that was a question that I had asked one of my supervisors why we had to have training for this. There's a training that we had, this LGBTQ, and I told my sister there's more letters. There's a lot of letters. LGBTQ is the main one, queer, and the Q. But they gave us they gave us an actual spreadsheet
so you could
of
say
each one,
right?
Breakdown for each one, because a lot of the seniors that we may be taking care of, I identify with those areas, and we got to be very careful how we're coming at them, how we're helping them, if we got to physically bathe them or whatever, because some people, they can identify as something, but they can be classified as something else as well. Because there are some patients who are identifying as if they're a male, they identify as a woman. We have to treat them as the woman that they're identifying as. And then, like I just said, how Wayne Brady, he identifies as pansexual, whereas any of those letters, if he's attracted to them, it doesn't matter. Transgender, whatever. So that was a training that we had to take at my class, and so they won't get sued. We have to be careful on how we're identifying with them. So that's a very good question. If I find the chart, I can probably send that to you. Was that Emerald that asked that?
Yeah.
If I can find that chart, I can send that to you because that tells every letter.
Okay.
All
right. So that was the end of that.
Okay.
That's the latest on that.
But to me, this whole beefing thing is, for me, I'm thinking they're trying to stay relevant, and it's too petty. So it's got to be something along the lines of marketing
relevant.
kind of.
Here's the thing.
Well, then why you think they really? I think they really beefing.
I think they really beefing. But everybody that's involved is already relevant. Future's relevant. Drake is relevant.
So you think because they're all relevant,
Rick is relevant,
that it's just they really beefing?
I think they really beefing. But I think Future and them is something that went on behind the scenes with Drake. Rick Ross alluded to it when he said that Drake sent a cease and desist to French Montana not to use a song that they had done. And in the rap game, I guess that's like you sending the police over there. We don't do that. So I think they sick of Drake. I think they don't want him to be the face of hip hop. I think there might be some racial elements to it. The fact that he's mixed.
They need to leave that alone.
I think that they feel like
wrong.
right. I think they feel like you wasn't raised with your dad. But Obama wasn't raised with his dad.
Right.
And we call him the first black president.
Exactly. Biracial.
He was not raised with his dad.
No, he wasn't.
So if that's the criteria, and Drake didn't come from like the hood and all,
Right.
So I think they just don't like him being the face of hip hop. But that's what I think. Now, and I think that they feel like it's too commercialized.
Mm-hmm.
This dude is, and they right, because he needs to earn staying in the number one spot. You can't just dance across the stage all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, you had to MC and battle against people.
Mm-hmm.
If Biggie said he was better, Tupac could come out with a song, no, my rap is better than yours. So nobody's doing that with Drake. So I think that's what Kendrick's whole point was. You need to be challenged. And if you are indeed number one, you earn it. You earn that spot because you knocked everybody down and tried to come at you. So I think that's Kendrick's point. Now, Rick, you absolutely right.
Drake,
it's to sell more liquor because he has a liquor
That's
company.
true.
Yeah.
Drake is coming back though.
He's coming back
with some good hooks.
So let's see what he comes. But everybody's waiting on Kendrick. That's what we want to hear.
He may not come out though, Kim.
He is, but when is it's going to be the question?
He got his deal going on with
No, he's going to come. No, he's going to come.
Why
Kendrick does not. He came at Drake first. He wouldn't do that and then just go away. He's going to come. They said they already wrote. A couple of guys behind the scenes said he's been in the studio. He's writing stuff. He knows.
Okay.
So we're waiting. You know I love Kendrick, so that's the person I'm gonna be at.
Okay.
Allen Iverson. Now you know I love Allen Iverson. That's my other. When I was younger, you know I loved Allen Iverson. That was my
one of your favorite.
He's
players.
the bad boy of basketball. Allen Iverson got in trouble for wearing braids.
I saw the documentary on him.
All of that. He was wearing braids for everybody.
He took a lot of slack for the braids.
He had tattoos. They didn't like that. He got fined for all that stuff. He really broke the barrier for that. And plus, he's just an all-out good basketball player.
Okay.
Well, they gave him a statue finally. The 76ers statue for Allen Iverson draws jokes. Outrage due to the misunderstanding, it was disrespectful. Look how little that statue is. That's why they mad. We saying
like the Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan one is big. Michael Jordan can't lean on his statue. Look at Allen Iverson leaning on his statue.
Did they not have enough material?
But then I heard. This is what I heard. And then it makes sense when I heard it.
He's not that tall.
As much as I love Allen Iverson.
He's not that tall.
I know, but as much as I love Allen Iverson, the reason for that does make sense.
Why?
Philadelphia has Dr. J. Dr. J. He has a statue. It's all around the stadium. They're all those sizes.
Oh, then that's fine.
Charles Barkley.
Then why wasn't that not brought out?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if it's for that reason.
If everybody's statue has the same specifications, what's the problem?
And I love Dr. J.
I do too. That was my man back then.
And Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
So they were saying they all have a statue that size. But some people were saying, and I don't know, I might agree too. Oh, here it is. Charles Barkley, Wilt Chamberlain.
And we know Wilt still was tall.
Julius Erving, which is Dr. J. Maurice Cheeks, Moses Malone, Billy Cunningham, Hal Greer, Bobby Jones, Dolph Skies, all of them have statues.
Yeah, that was back in my day.
So for that reason, but there's a lot of guys who feel like his should be bigger.
If it's the same size as the other ones, what's the problem?
I don't think, and as much as I love Allen Iverson, it's not bigger than Wilt Chamberlain and Dr. J.
You made it sound that there are other statues on this
it's not like us. It's not like Michael Jordan where it's one big one. Yeah. It's these little ones all around. Oh. See, you can see the other one right here. Same. You see that one? You can see them. They surround the building.
Where is this at?
Philadelphia.
I mean, is this their basketball place?
Yeah, the stadium.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's the training complex. It's the training complex in Camden, in Pennsylvania. So I don't know.
You can't
as much as I love him, but look at those names. Can you imagine those names being the same people? That's a hard list to break, ain't it?
Yep, Dr. J.
Charles Barkley, Wilt
Maurice
Chamberlain.
Cheeks. I remember Maurice Cheeks. Moses Malone.
He
was a big player like LeBron James, real thick.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Emerald says AI is what his mama calls him. Yeah, AI. Allen Iverson. And he seems to be happy with it. I think so too, Emerald. And I think he's happy with it because of what I'm saying. When you are along those names, Wilt
You're happy
Chamberlain,
to have a trophy, a statue, period.
well, Michael Jordan, it was no other Michael Jordan. There is no other name bigger than Michael Jordan in Chicago.
So
we don't have a Wilt Chamberlain. And you know who else has a problem with this? LA. I think they got the same issue.
Why?
Because they have so many big names that gone through that franchise. Who gets the statue?
Oh, who determines? Like a star.
You got Magic Johnson.
Stars,
yeah, you had even
Remember,
Shaq.
we were asking what was the criteria for a Hollywood star.
Like, who gets the big giant statue? When
What's
you have those
criteria?
names. Yeah,
What is the criteria for these stadiums to give an athlete, a basketball player, for specifically a statue?
So I think it depends on the franchise, and I think because not Michael Jordan got it because there is no other name in Chicago basketball bigger than Michael Jordan.
Right. That was a no-brainer.
And to be honest with you, I hate to bust anybody's bubble in anybody's stadium. Michael Jordan would get the biggest statue.
Well, he's a what's the word of all times?
The greatest player of all time.
He's GOAT. He's
Yes.
a GOAT.
So
There's not many of them that are GOATs.
If you moved his statue and put it in the top of Philadelphia, it'd still belong there. Michael Jordan that's the difference. You can't put Allen Iverson in the same category with Michael Jordan.
Now, if LeBron James gets one after he
They're
retires,
not giving him one because, like I said, his problem is LA. Why would LeBron get it over Magic Johnson? But I think Kobe just got one. Remember we talked about that. They unveiled. No, Kobe got it.
Wow. Magic didn't get a statue?
I think Kobe got it because he's passed away. That's what I think.
That's what.
It's in memory.
It was like a memorial.
It's a memorial.
But Magic should have gotten one.
See?
And what's his playing name? Al-Jabbar.
Yeah.
Abdul-Jabbar.
You said Al-Jabbar.
Lord Jesus. DeBarge.
Yeah.
No, Lou Alcindor was
That's why I said
his original name.
I'll skip this one story. We'll talk about this story tomorrow.
Okay.
And go to the donkey of the day. Right. You always want to know. Let me see. You always want to know who Charlemagne the God's donkey of the day is.
So that is the story that you're skipping.
No.
Oh, you're skipping them other ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the donkey of the day. Them.
They are the donkey of the day.
He's not giving it to him and his co-host. He's giving it to Atlanta radio or the people that's in charge.
What is
because he woke up like we did, hearing that the Breakfast Club was canceled in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the largest one of the largest Black audiences anywhere.
What were the reasons they're canceling them in Atlanta? What was their reason?
He said that he has made phone calls. No one has returned his phone call. No one has told him why. He says, but when y'all want something and y'all call, we answer y'all
very
phone
demanding
calls.
And want it right away.
He said, and we reply to when you ask us something.
Thank you.
So he is not happy with the people, his bosses, or the people at Atlanta, because he says he hasn't heard anything. He woke up like the rest of us, hearing that they were canceled in Atlanta. But then he called his sister while he was on the air. She lives in Atlanta, and said, "Are we on?" And she said, "I still hear you." So is this a rumor or is it true? We don't know. He said, when I find out, I'll let y'all know.
Wow. Because a lot of things that I notice on Facebook, some people have posted, somebody else would post and say that's AI, that's a lie or whatever. So there's a lot of information out there.
But the radio station didn't come and say it was a lie. They would have came out and said, that's not true. No one is saying anything.
But
that's why he believes it.
But who said that they were canceled?
It's on. Well, it's on Baller Alert.
Is that a lie? That's what
but if it is, he's saying, why won't they say something? When you call him back and say, "Oh, that's not true, Charlamagne," nobody's saying anything. That's why he believes it. Because they're not saying anything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They probably trying to do legal stuff where they can't say nothing until some paperwork is signed, and then they can tell them that you've been fired. That's probably what it is. And somebody caught a wind of it because they probably some secretary who got to type up the papers. You know, somebody got to type those papers up. So some secretary, some admin is typing them papers up on.
Girl, they gonna fire. They not gonna play.
Girl, they getting rid of the Breakfast Club
in Atlanta.
And the papers haven't been signed or put out or nothing yet.
Where are they based from?
Well, they in New York.
Oh, okay. New York.
Now, some people blame it on DJ Envy with all his stuff that he got going on. He got legal issues, and they probably feel like he gonna end up going to jail or getting in trouble. So sooner or later, he won't be on there anyway. Okay. So let's do the offensive attack first. Mm-hmm. Let's get rid of them before we don't have no choice. Some people think Jess Hilarious brought the ratings down because since she's been on there. And then some people, I think some of it got to do with them bringing Candace Owens on there. That's my opinion. I think a lot of black people.
That shouldn't be, though, because there are people probably that they brought on that may have been controversial. But they didn't challenge her.
But that's true. They didn't challenge her or nothing.
I think
and a lot of black
to
people.
Do with DJ Envy and the new lady.
With Jess.
Because she's not building the ratings.
Oh, no.
Could be that, too.
So we don't know. So Charlamagne gives his boss and the people at the Atlanta radio company donkeys of the day.
Wow.
Because they're not saying anything. They're not answering his calls. DJ Envy said he called. They're not answering him. Jess Hilarious said she ain't saying nothing. She just got there.
I was reading some of the link that you had sent, and some of it was even saying that the ratings are not. Since what's her name left?
Yeah, Angela.
They said technically Charlamagne and DJ Envy, they're kind of boring.
So, but Angela Yee was boring.
And that's why I'm surprised that person made.
You
know
what it is? I could tell you what it is if that's what they're saying. Charlamagne, remember Charlamagne was under Wendy Williams for a little bit.
Yeah, he was,
and he was horrible to people when they came in. He's been working on himself.
He's too nice.
He's been trying to be.
You say he didn't even grill Candace when she came on.
He's been going to therapy. He's Howard now. Remember Howard Stern? Yeah. Howard Stern used to be more like me, where I would yell at people. And now he barely.
Howard is nicer.
He don't yell at nobody no more. He's a different Howard.
I guess
he's been going. You get older. You go to get therapy. And you're not as angry anymore.
Yeah.
So that's Charlamagne.
And the ratings are going down because people like that about
people want to see Charlamagne yell at people or dog people out or
throw shade.
And he's not doing it.
Because people actually miss Wendy when she did that.
People miss Wendy being messy.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is. But we'll see. He thinks it's the truth because nobody's returning any phone calls.
Okay.
If that's the truth, that they are indeed out of Atlanta,
big area.
This is the end of the Breakfast Club. Because if you lose a market that big, they know it too. Jess even said it. She was like, that's a big market. And Envy and Charlamagne was like, if you lose, you a black radio station
and you
program, and you lose Atlanta, you might as well say they're getting ready to get rid of you. Yeah. First it'll be Atlanta, then Washington or DC, and then Detroit. Yeah. So, all right. So that's the latest with the Breakfast Club. But we might be seeing the end of an era.
How long they been together?
Oh God, I don't know. You can look on your thing. Years. Okay. Now every day we always try to show something funny. Mm-hmm. Remember we did. Remember I said if I didn't get a Dachshund, I want a Beagle. Remember our uncle had a Beagle.
He had a lot of Beagles, but that was when we were excited about them when they won
that won. But they are cute.
That one was too. That one.
Yeah, but they are cute dogs.
What isn't Snoopy a Beagle?
Yeah.
Snoopy is a Beagle.
Or is he a pit bull? Or he's a Beagle.
You're thinking of the
I'm thinking of alfalfa now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They say they are you're going to see how they are. They don't listen. They like Dachshunds. Dachshunds is like
They're
this
good
too.
hound dogs.
They're a hound dog. You could put a Dachshund as a hound. That's what's
Sure
Dachshund.
in the same family.
They're the same family. They don't listen. They ornery. They don't listen. They do what they want. They say Dachshunds are the same way. So if you want to get one. But beagles are like this. He's trying to cook and prepare something, and then he's showing how beagles don't sit still.
Gnocchi with pesto. Are you ready? Sweet potato?
Now it's and they're puppies. Acting like a
Trying to do. You notice how we
like
show that Dachshund and that lady cooks in front of them,
now
and that Chihuahua, that Chihuahua and that Dachshund look.
And they said why she put the stuff together.
That's what he's trying to do with these
No,
beagles.
dude, no. I wouldn't even go through all of that. My goodness. Okay.
Somebody said, I'm absolutely convinced dogs are living the best lives in their home and love taken care of, etc. So
They must be.
Someone says, I don't like it. Someone doesn't put effort into behaving dogs and making videos.
Thank you.
Provoking dogs to sit right next to food and letting them do it. I wonder what a behaviorist opinion would be. So she probably don't like that one with the Dachshund.
No, I don't like this one. The Dachshund one, I do. I understand.
Somebody said, stop giving your dogs raw eggs because they was eating the eggs.
Yeah. But I'm thinking he did this knowing that they were going to act like this. There's no way you can convince me that they were ready to sit while he prepared stuff in a bowl. Really?
Yeah.
Like the Dachshund show we watch, where she cooks in front of him.
He said, somebody said if you start looking, they started working as a team. One would sit, and then the other one was doing something, and then while he was tending with him, the other one got something. I didn't even notice that. Somebody said you started noticing they started working as a team. You take his attention, and I'll get it, and then I'll take his attention, and you get it. So I thought that was cute.
Okay.
All right, so that's it. Get our book, 100 Family-Friendly Jokes. The link is in the description, and the book is on Amazon.
Okay.
All right, take us out.
All right. Father God, we thank you. We thank you for another week, oh God. We give you glory and honor for this day, this evening. We thank you for just being God in our lives, oh God, that we know you. There are a lot of people that don't know you, Lord, and we just pray right now for the situation that's happening in Israel, oh God, regardless of what Christians are thinking, man who don't know you are thinking, whatever religion, whatever non-religion, oh God, we as America and other countries that are involved in this situation, we pray your will be done in the mighty name of Jesus, and that people don't think to do your work for you, oh God. But your word says for believers that vengeance is yours. You will do the repaying. So all we can do is just pray and believe that your will be done in any situation that's going on with these different countries, oh God, in the Middle East, Ukraine, Russia, China, all of that's going on in this world, oh God. For this world belongs to you. For you are the God of all creation, and there's nothing too hard for you. And we just continue to pray peace in the Middle East and peace in this country, peace over our leaders, Lord God, a spirit of adoption over our leaders, Lord God, as they're running for office. And we just pray for the situation my sister brings up with the beefing. I don't know if it's marketing, promo, whatever their reasons are. I pray it doesn't get ugly.
Out, yes.
That it doesn't get ugly. I keep thinking of Tupac. I keep thinking of Biggie Smalls, and it got ugly where their lives were taken. And that's not funny. So even though we laugh and hear the cracks and jokes, oh God, I pray that that there's no place given to the enemy where somebody may want to take someone's life and do harm, bodily harm. Yeah. And we just pray a spirit of adoption over these men, over these artists, oh God, and even the artists that have come forth just not understanding to be free. Be yourself, regardless of what people say, what people have put on social media about you. If people can just be comfortable and be themselves and not worry about what others are saying, as long as they're not offending anybody or abusing anyone or violating anyone, oh God, just be yourself. And we may not understand sometimes what ourselves are about it. Until we do, we respect one another, oh God, and just be patient and show love regardless. Love covers. And you've called us to love. And I thank you, oh God, for showing your love to all of this world. And we just continue to lift up the people in the chat room, every family that's represented right now in the name of Jesus. And those who watch us throughout our history of our show, oh God, we just pray blessings over each and every family. In the mighty name of Jesus, we give you glory and honor. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right, y'all. I think that's it.
Is that it?
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always believe. And that was another Woods